Music as medicine, what affects our emotion. Music has a significant impact on the emotion and can be used as a therapeutic tool. Here are some types of music that conflicts on emotion and how they are used in music therapy. Classical music. It can help reduce stress and anxiety and improve mood. Pop music. I can lift mood, increase motivation and generate feelings and happiness and get meaning. Instrumental music. I can be used to create a more pleasant work environment, reducing ambient noise and increment productivity. Electronic music. I can be used to simulate memory and connections and improve concentration. Music can be used to make pain and extend memory and cognition and improve mood. The brain reaction to music. Music has a significant impact on the brain, activating various areas and neural networks. When listening to music, the limbic system activates, producing pleasure and well-being, and activity increases in the mesolimbic reclam dopamine pathway. The hippocampal formation and other areas such as motor and product cortex. This not only improves brain health but can also have therapeutic effects, such as reducing stress and enhancing mental well-being. Music can help people develop meaningful memories and emotions, promote well-being and social connection. Music has a profound impact on our motivation and emotion. Listening to music can relax dopamine, a neurotransmitter association with pleasure and reward, which can increase our level of motivation. Additionally, music can help regulate our emotion, reducing stress and exhaustion, while in turn can improve our willingness to face challenges. Music can lift our mood and make us feel more positive, especially when facing difficult challenges tasks.
The music has been with us for thousands of years. Just imagine early civilizations used drums and flutes made of bone to celebrate, communicate, or simply have a good time. It was like humanity's first playlist. Later, in the Middle Ages, music had a super chill and spiritual vibe. The famous Gregorian chants were almost like the Luffy of that era, perfect for meditating or taking a little nap. Let's be honest. Then came the age of genius Mozart, Beethoven, and all those guys who made incredible music without the need for autotune. Their compositions made story and continued to be heard in movies, TV shows, memes, you know. In the 20th century, music exploded in a thousand directions. Just got everyone noting their hits, rock brought out the rebellious side of the world, and artists like Beatles total changed the game. And of course, closer to home, genres like hip hop, pop, reggaeton, and electronic music arrived, which every today.
Fun facts about music and emotions. Early doctors used to prescribe music as treatment. In 19th century, some doctors used to recommend music to treat anxiety and insomnia because they couldn't offer many effective medications. Where scientists were studying the brain, they discovered music psychical effects. In early 1900s, while scientists were studying electrical activity in the brain, they realized that patients' heart rates were changing when music was playing. Music therapy used to be reserved for soldiers, During World War II, music therapy used to be mainly to injured soldiers because doctors noticed that music could reduce pain and trauma symptoms. Some soldiers used to play classical music during operations. Many surgeons in the past used to play classical music in the operating room because they believed it could improve focus and reduce stress. While people were listening to sad songs, their brains were releasing calming chemicals. Scientists found that while people were listening to sad music, their brains were producing endorphins, chemicals that could help them feel comforted instead of depressed. Researchers were praying surprised that the brain could predict beats. In 1970, while researchers were experimenting with the REM, they discovered that the brain could predict the next beat even if the music suddenly stopped. Hospitals used to adore musicians inside intensive care units. Before strict rules existed, hospitals used to adore musicians to enter ECOs because live music could calm patients and stabilize their breathing.
And we are going to start with the questions selections, where you, as the recipient, can also answer on your own. The first question is, what role does music play in your daily life and why? For me, as one of your hosts, it plays an important role because I'm someone who really enjoys music, both listening to it and composing it. It's one of my main source of distraction because I not only enjoy listening to the melodies, but I also pay close attention to the rhythm, melody and instruments that make up the music I'm listening to at the moment. The second question is, how has your way of listening to music changed over time? Well, this question is interesting because we can say that both my musical taste and the way I pay attention to it have changed a lot over time, since our musical taste can vary both with our preference and our emotion at any given moment. But to answer this question, I will say that it has changed a lot because I didn't use it to listen to the music with the same level of attention as I do today. Not to mention that my musical genres have also changed over time. Okay, continuing with the list of questions, here's the third. What emotion or memories does your favorite music evoke? This question is amazing because it covers topics like emotions, and I think we all have a favorite melody or a song that reminds us of something or someone. Like the previous question, this one can vary depending of the music you were listening to when the memory was created and the musical genre. In my case, it's difficult to think of my favorite song because I listen to so much music and enjoy its unique rhythms. Even so, I'm going to say that my favorite song is Clarity. And to answer the question, this song gives me a feeling of energy because its rhythm is upbeat. It belongs to the electro genre, and this song reminds me of when I used to watch cartoon videos on YouTube. I don't really know why, but that's what it reminds me of. Dear listenings, remember that you can also ask yourselves these questions, not only to pass the time, but also to learn more about yourselves. Now, let's move on to the penultimate question. How does music influence one's social identity as a person? Well, these questions varies depending on where you are, but knowing that music is one of the seven elements of art, It's clear that it also influences society. In a social sense, it varies, since each person has their own personal taste derived from feelings, emotions, memories, personality, and more. Everyone enjoys their favorite music genre in their own way, whether it's singing in the shower, going to concerts, listening while doing other activity, or simply listening. But in society, it has a great impact because, as I mentioned before, music is an art form and it's something we can reject. Science evolution has given us the ability to recognizing patterns in nature, a skill that remains useful to this day. Perhaps not as crucial as it was in the past, when it could determine your survival from predators, but we still use it today to identify rhythms and tempos. That is where our taste for music comes from. And we come to the last question on this topic, which is, what do you think about the evolution of musical genres over time? Look, this question relates to my personal opinion, so if anyone is inconformable with it, feel free to skip it and disregard. Getting back to the question, I feel that it has been improving. I wouldn't say it declined with all the corridos tumbados or reggaeton, because this music depends a lot on the audience it's aimed at, and it's clear that everyone likes different types of rhythms and melodies. Well, I'm really no one to give a general opinion, since everyone will have their own personal opinion about wherever music has evolved, for better or worse. But what I will say is that, personally, I don't particularly like music with absent lyrics, which is fine because it's just my personal opinion. It also fine that these songs have those kinds of lyrics, since it's a way for the artist to express their feelings to the listenings. However, I also focus on a few musical genres that I don't particularly enjoy. There are others I also enjoy, not only for the lyrics but also for the melodies. Personally, I think electronic music, which is characterized by fast-paced rhythms that try to convey a certain energy. In conclusion, I would say that the evolution of music has improved tremendously, since today we have devices that can synthesize sounds, facilitating music creation, and this fostering expressiveness in both listenings and listeners. And we can conclude the question section. Next, I will let my colleague explain his part of the topic.
As we were wrapping up today's program, we could see how deeply music had influenced the world of medicine. Doctors and therapists call use rhythm and melody to reduce stress, manage pain, and even support recovery. We all remember how patients used to rely only on a traditional treatments, but slowly they began to understand that music could help them heal in ways they had never imagined. While researchers were studying the effects of music on the brain, musicians were creating new sounds that connect scenes and art. At the same time, hospitals were introducing musical therapies that could improve emotional well-being. So, as we close this episode, we celebrate how music, something many of us used to take for granted, became a powerful tool that medicine could trust. And even while the world was changing, music was guiding us toward a healthier, more human food. And with that, we come to end of this program. Thank you for listening.